Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Sophia and today's pick a card reading I'm going to do things a little differently. This is going to be a slightly longer reading with each pile having more cards because this is going to be a you versus them reading, which means I'm going to be pulling the same set of cards for two different people in one pile. So the overarching question is, how are you guys feeling about each other? So we're basically going to look at how you are feeling about the person that you have on your mind and how they are thinking about you. So this does include also some animal spirit stuff. So I'm going to have a card for each of you that has your animal spirit basically and describes how you guys are currently feeling. This is partly inspired by a reading that was done by Wildflower Empress. I love her channel. I think she does some amazing readings, so this reading was inspired by her. She did this kind of video I want to say about a month ago, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really smart idea to use the animal spirits, the animal spirit deck, and I think it's just a really cool concept. So I am giving her credit for this reading, so thank you so much. Wildflower Empress, you are awesome and I love your videos and I hope that you watch this video. So yeah, just a note that I like to make before my readings in case you haven't done pick a card readings before or you've never been on my channel. This is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, please don't worry. There are tons of other pick a card readings that you can watch. Of course, if you were stuck between two piles and couldn't decide on one of them and the first one didn't resonate, you can of course pick the second one. I'm also going to leave my information down below about personal readings, how to email me about them, and then we can discuss price and the kind of questions you want to answer. Also, please follow me on my Instagram. I keep my channel updates on there too and some funny astrology memes, so if you guys could go follow me on there too, that'd be great if you have an Instagram. And I think that is it. So I'm going to name our piles here, okay? So this is pile number 1. It has a piece of white opalite on the top. This is pile number 2 with a piece of rose quartz on the top. And then here's pile number 3 with green aventurine on the top. Aventurine. Sorry, I always say that wrong. Green aventurine. Sorry, that was embarrassing. Okay. So yeah, those are your piles. So take your time, pause the video if you need to. And the timestamps will be down in the description box, as well as anything else you need to know about me. And yeah, so I will see you guys at your pile. Alright, so if you guys picked pile number 1 with this piece of white opalite on the top, this message is for you. So let's see what your person, how you and your person feel about each other. So person 1, so you're going to decide who's who, okay? So based on the information that I say about each person, okay? So this is going to be person 1, and this is going to be person 2, okay? I'm going to try and make everything fit into frame, so, okay, so somebody here is the nightingale spirit. Somebody, let's see, so we have the chariot, justice, and the 3 of cups, okay. Page of fire, divine guidance, and surrender, interesting, okay. Let me see if I can stand this up. Ooh, I kind of can. You can't see the number of the card, I'm sorry, but it's 41. Okay. I'm sorry for the glare, you guys. Okay, so let's see who person number 2 is. The mouse spirit, interesting. Okay, let's see. 5 of cups. 2 of wands, king of cups, empress, okay. Oh yeah, you guys got 2 of the universal love oracle cards. Tantric union, interesting, and gratitude. Okay, you guys. So I know everything is not really in frame. I apologize for that. I'm trying my best. My setup is not great, so I apologize. There we go. That kind of gets everything into frame, right? Kinda? Oh, this glare is terrible. I'm really sorry about the glare, you guys. I'm gonna try and like fix that right now. don't know if that fixed anything. Not really. Okay, well, it fixed it kind of. Anyway, all right, let's see what we got here. So it's interesting. So I want to start with the animal spirits because that's like the funnest part of the reading. So it's interesting because we have 41 and then we have number 40. So I think that's really cool. So I think you guys in general have like a very like strong connection to each other. It's interesting because these two animals too are really small. So maybe you guys are really small in size. That's just a message that I was getting. I felt compelled to say maybe you guys are kind of small in size compared to each other. So yeah, I also shuffled these cards really well. I was just playing around with them earlier today. So these animal spirit cards are very well shuffled. But I'm going to start with person number 1, and then I'll move on to person number 2, okay? So person number 1, you have the Nightingale spirit. So this could be you or the other person. It's up to you to decide based on the information that I give. Your life path number might be 5, or the other person's might be 5 if you know that information. So the Nightingale spirit, love is all around. So off the bat, I feel like you have a lot of love for this person. I think that this person kind of makes you really happy, very chirpy, pun intended. Sorry, it's not really being able to focus that well. Kind of, there we go, kind of. So yeah, I just feel like this person makes you really happy, makes you really chirpy. It also, this person, you're also somebody that I think is able to, I think for like the other person, I think you bring out a lot of happiness. I think you're naturally a happy person. And I think that you like feel, this person makes you feel really happy, basically. And I think this person also makes you feel like you can come out of like a dark place. Like this person helps you come out of a dark place and makes you happy when you're feeling down, because the nightingale is a bird that sings in the night when it's dark. So I feel like that's the kind of energy that this person evokes in you, is that they make you feel like things are going to be okay when things are rough. So that's really beautiful. It's interesting though, we have the Chariot from the tarot. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. So we have the Chariot, Justice, and the Three of Cups. So this is interesting. So the Chariot talks about like taking, talks about both being kind of torn between two different directions, and then at the same time also kind of taking charge and making a decision. You might be a Cancer. This is a Cancer card. So you guys might be a Cancer or have Cancer in your natal chart. So that's pretty cool. You also might be a Libra. Justice is Libra card, you know, with the scales. So I feel like you might be even though this person makes you feel really good, you might be a little wary of them, which is interesting. I feel like definitely with this Chariot and this Justice, I feel like there's like this wariness about this person. And after looking at a brief explanation of how person number 2 is feeling, I think I know why, but I'm going to hold off. But you're definitely feeling wary about this person, even though you have a lot of love for them. And again, like we have the Three of Cups here, which is interesting. So I feel like this person, this is again an emphasis of them making you feel really happy. This is also a card of friendship, a card of celebration. So you could know this person could be a friend of yours. Right, you maybe even kind of maybe friend zone this person is what I'm getting, but that's only going to resonate for a few of you. But I feel like you don't really know how to react around this person. I feel like you're trying to make up your mind about them almost. Like there's just something that's holding you back from like maybe even telling them how much you care about them, because you're worried about what it might do to them. Because you do have a lot of love for this person. Again, I feel like this person makes you feel like really like happy. I feel like this person makes you happy, but something is keeping you from that. Like I feel like you're feeling very torn about which way to go with this person. I feel like you're weighing your options a lot. That's something that Libras do a lot. They're weighing the options, but to the point where it's like they're spending too much time trying to decide. But maybe you do feel like this person could be the person for you. Like again, I'm sensing that this person makes you very, very happy, but I feel like right now you're in a state of not feeling really sure how to approach the situation, basically, or whoever this person, I keep saying you, but it could be the other person. So person number 1 is not really sure how to gauge the situation, even though they're feeling a lot of positive things. So I'm sensing a bit of a closed off kind of vibe. And it's interesting because then we have the divine guidance card right here. So either person number one is looking for divine guidance. They might be a bit on the spiritual side, and they're searching for divine guidance. It also could just be a message to person number one that this relationship is divinely guided. If you're feeling two which ways about it, you're not sure how to approach the situation, just know that whatever comes about in this relationship was meant to happen, and this is a very divinely guided relationship, and that everything will turn out okay, basically. But I think there still has to be some kind of resolution to this feeling of like feeling back and forth about it, but I feel like you will reach that resolution. It's interesting too because we have the Page of Fire here from the Good Tarot, which would be equivalent to the Page of Wands. So I feel like also this is person one is definitely a creative person, very creative, very, again, like, it's interesting the imagery here too, because it's somebody who's kind of bringing light into the dark. We also have this, I just noticed this, we have the tiger spirit here, which is interesting. So maybe tigers mean something to you guys, maybe not. But I feel like you guys are person number one, whoever person number one is a very creative person. And you might feel that person number two kind of brings out more creativity. You might be even utilizing this feelings of confusion and kind of putting it out in like a creative way, almost like you might write in a journal, you might make paintings about how you feel. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like you guys are very artistic. Oh, you know what? You might make music about it. Because how I said you guys are probably also very musical people. Person number one is a musical person. So love, love is all around. Yeah, so I feel like whatever feelings you have for this person, like every kind of feeling, like either you love them or you have a lot of love for them, but you're feeling confused at the same time. So I definitely feel like whatever emotions you feel towards this person, you make it into something creative, and I think for a majority of you it might be in a musical sense. So some of you guys might, or for whoever person number one is, either whether it's you or the other person, might be very musical, and you might, it also makes sense. For some reason, when I see the Three of Cups too, I feel like, I think of like you or the other person is celebrating how much they care about you through music, because like they're celebrating out in the woods. I don't know, I just imagine like either, whoever it is, like you or them, like sitting like at a campfire, like, having written a love song, and you're just kind of singing it and celebrating the fact that you love this person so much. I don't know, that's just what I'm getting. But I'm definitely getting confusion, for sure. And then it's interesting because we also have surrender. So I feel like this is a message to just surrender to whatever you're feeling. So I definitely feel like this confusion or this wariness is more of a personal thing. It's more of a personal thing. It's not because of the other person, of person number two, of the mouse spirit. So I feel like this is an internal thing. Like there's this wariness, maybe because of past relationships, past heartbreak. So you're feeling a bit wary about going forward, even though it's obvious that you and this person are very, the nightingale feels very happy around the mouse spirit, and they want to celebrate, and they help them, they feel less in the dark and able to sing in the dark with the mouse spirit around. So I feel like the message from spirit here is to just surrender to whatever it is that you're feeling, because this can be beautiful. Because there's also like there's like butterflies here, so like that's also like another animal there's another animal. There's a lot of animals. I didn't realize how many animals. I know that the Everyday Witch Tarot has cats throughout, so that's like fine. I'm not going to count that because that's just a part of the imagery for that, so I'm not going to count it. But for the other ones, like butterflies too, so maybe, I would say watch out for butterflies too as a message from spirit in the next few days. Butterflies might be important. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting for person number one, the nightingale spirit. So now on to person number two, the mouse spirit. So the mouse spirit says, tend to the small things. So I feel like the mouse spirit is a very meticulous person. Also, your life path number might be number 4. Just in case you are into life path numbers, numerology. Hit me up if you like that stuff. I just got into that stuff. So yeah, so your life path number might be number 4, might not be, or your person's. But the mouse spirit tend to the small things. So basically, this is, like I said, a very meticulous person. This person might be very skittish, and skittish in the sense that they're always doing something. They're always kind of like going around and like doing things. They might be like, they might have like a little bit of anxiety. But again, like I'm sensing, you know, like they're kind of a small person, like small, like physically, like a small person. And I just sense that they're just like they're also like, they're cute, you know, like like the mouse spirit is a cute one, and they're very meticulous, and they like things done a certain way. And again, they're very skittish. There's almost like an anxiousness to them. So yeah, and now moving on to the tarot. So this is interesting. So we have here the 5 of Cups, which caught my attention right away. Then we have the 2 of Wands, and we have the King of Cups. So it's interesting. I definitely sense with these, with the 5 of Cups and the King of Cups. I sense that maybe part of why the Nightingale spirit is wary of the mouse spirit is because I think that there's like, I'm getting the message that there's a sense that the mouse spirit is non-committal, which is interesting because of what I said about the mouse spirit's personality, which is kind of skittish. So maybe, like, even though the mouse spirit's hella cute and it doesn't look like they could be a player, like, mouse spirit kind of might be a player, like, not gonna lie. I feel like they might be somebody who's kind of always with people, like always going around with people, very personable. And again, they're really cute, so I feel like they always draw people's attention. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I feel like that creates like a wariness in the Nightingale spirit, so that's probably why they're like having trouble making a decision about how they feel about the mouse spirit, like, or what to do, because I think they feel like, again, like they feel this 3 of Cups energy, and you know, like the Nightingale itself is a very happy, you know, like a very happy spirit feeling. That made no sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, and then we have here, wow, that was the wrong card. I'm all over the place today, guys, I'm sorry. We have the 5 of Cups, which talks about feeling like I call it the crying over spilt milk card. So basically what I'm sensing when I saw this card is that I feel like the mouse spirit feels like they fucked up with the Nightingale spirit. I feel like they can sense the Nightingale spirit is wary of them because of their nature, and because of the fact that they've been very a little closed off about how they're actually feeling, because the King of Cups, which is also water energy, so both of you could be water signs. The King of Cups is kind of, he feels a lot, but he's not very open about how he feels because he's wary in his own way. So I feel like the mouse spirit does have strong feelings for the Nightingale spirit. It's just that I feel like they've been more closed off about it, and because they're so skittish, they're probably closed off about how they feel about the Nightingale spirit, but at the same time, they're just, like, continuing what they usually do, and they're going around and, you know, like, they're probably really popular and hanging out with other people, might have a bit of a player energy, so I feel like it's giving the Nightingale spirit the wrong, like, impression of them, almost. And so they realize that they fucked up. So I feel like right now the mouse spirit is feeling like they fucked up with the Nightingale spirit, because they see that the Nightingale spirit might be right now distancing themselves from the mouse spirit. Even though the King of Cups does signify that the mouse spirit does feel very strong feelings for the Nightingale spirit, they probably want to be with you in a romantic way. And then we have 2 of Wands here, which is interesting because, again, just like the Nightingale spirit has the Justice card, here we have the 2 of Wands, which also talks about making a decision. So I feel like while the Nightingale spirit is trying to make a decision about how to handle the situation with the mouse spirit is doing the same thing with the Nightingale spirit. Except with the mouse spirit, they feel like, you see that this man has the world in his hand, so I feel like the world in this case is the Nightingale spirit, so the mouse spirit feels like he has his world, like, or her world, and he has everything he wants in his hand, but he's not sure how to deal with it. Does that make sense? It's like, again, with this King of Cups, like, they feel a lot of things, but they're having trouble, like, committing. I feel like there's, like, a commitment issue here. I definitely feel like the mouse is having trouble committing, for sure, but they know that they're fucking up, basically. So it's like, they're in their own, like, crisis, basically, is what I'm getting. But again, I feel like it's frustrating, because, like, I see that there's, like, all of these, like, other strong feelings. Like, we have the Empress here, and the Empress is somebody who's very nurturing, so this person might feel very nurtured by the Nightingale spirit, which fits. Like, the Empress talks about, like, a nurturing person. The mouse spirit might be themselves a nurturing person, but I feel like more, since this is about how these cards are supposed to say how this person is feeling about the other person, I feel like it could mean that this person wants to nurture the Nightingale spirit. They might feel like they need to protect them, to nurture them. Not in like almost like in a motherly way, but like very affectionate. Like, I feel like the mouse spirit has shown a lot of affection towards the Nightingale spirit, and so that's partially why the Nightingale spirit is more or less confused, because there's this nurturing side to them, yet they're also a bit of a player. So I feel like they're very, like, they feel like these very nurturing, warm feelings, for sure, because we also have here, we got two universal love cards, too, which is big. So we have blessing. So I feel like the mouse spirit feels like the Nightingale is a blessing in their life, like, for sure. I feel like they're feeling so grateful, which is interesting, because then we have we have the card gratitude. So I feel like this is also a message for the mouse spirit, whoever this is in the situation, you or them, it doesn't matter. I feel like I feel like Spirit is trying to say that you should be more grateful to this person, because I feel like this person might put up with a lot, because, you know, like, the mouse spirit might be a bit of a player. Sorry if this is talking about you and you have a lot of people. You might not even realize that you're a player, but you are, if you think about it. But anyway, no tea, no shade. But yeah, so the gratitude spirit, what am I talking about? The gratitude card, it goes right, like, hand in hand with the blessings card. So I do feel like the mouse spirit needs to feel even more grateful. I feel like there already is a feeling of, like, gratefulness to the Nightingale spirit, but you know, like, I'm using this vintage wisdom oracle, these vintage wisdom oracle cards as, like, advice cards. So I feel like Spirit is saying you should show your gratitude even more, so it makes it easier for the Nightingale spirit to kind of open up about how they're feeling really happy. I feel like there's definitely some miscommunication here, for sure, because I think each of them, like, both the Nightingale spirit and the mouse spirit feel very strongly towards each other, but they're not saying it, even though it's, like, kind of like this unspoken understanding, yet it kind of needs to be said. So anyway, but yeah, so I feel like the mouse spirit feels like the Nightingale spirit's a really big blessing, like a really big blessing in their life. And again, we have and then here we have tantric union. So I definitely feel like this person feels like the mouse spirit feels like the Nightingale spirit is their soulmate, or somebody who they feel very attached to. Like, I feel like there's, like, even if they don't show it, they feel very attached to the Nightingale spirit. And again, that might cause confusion, because I can just imagine, like, the mouse spirit kind of just suddenly, like, calling to the Nightingale spirit out of nowhere after kind of being with other people, and the Nightingale spirit's like, I don't understand. But the mouse spirit, never had the Nightingale spirit out of their mind. So I feel like it's just, like, I feel like there's so much miscommunication here. But anyway, I'm getting off topic, but kind of. But yeah, so I feel like this, the mouse spirit feels like the Nightingale spirit is the person for them, and they just want to be really close to them, basically. But again, like, I feel like they're just at the same time still having trouble committing. So that's a bit frustrating. So I kind of understand where the Nightingale spirit is coming from, but I feel like the mouse spirit is, again, like, they know they're fucking up. So, yeah, so if the person that you're thinking about is the mouse spirit, I think that they will, like, try and show their gratitude to you more, or at least that's what they should do, and don't be afraid to, like, tell them that, honestly, because I think they can see that if you are the Nightingale spirit, I think they can see that you're, like, that they're fucking up with you, and that's not what they want. That's why they're sad. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting for this group. thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that resonated for you, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Okay, to everybody who picked pile number 2, hello. So if you picked this piece of rose quartz, this message is for you. So let's see how you and your person are feeling about each other. So this is gonna be person number 1 right here, and this is gonna be person number 2. Okay, so it's up for you guys to decide who is you and who is your person based on the information that I give. Okay, so let's go. Let's see. So we have pig spirit, use your mind wisely. So this is person number 1. So one of you is the pig spirit. So you're, just off the bat, your life path number might be 11-2, just because 4 plus 7 is 11, which can reduce down to a 2, but I don't reduce, so it's 11-2. If you guys know your life path number, if not, then you can just ignore what I'm saying. So, interesting. So they have the empress. 4 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, oh, okay. Temptation, interesting. Forgiveness, and love, oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna try and get everything into frame, you guys. I'm gonna try my absolute best. It's a little messy, I know, and there's a lot of cards, but I'm gonna try. So let's see. Cat spirit, interesting. So person number 2 is the cat spirit. Number 13, so whoever the cat spirit is, they might have the life path number 4. So let's see here. So cat spirit, Ace of Swords, 10 of Wands, the Devil, interesting, 6 of Air, creativity, and gentleness. Okay, interesting. All right, so I'm gonna, again, sorry guys about it being a little all over the place. I'm just gonna try and fix okay. And I'm sorry about the glare also. And the shadow, that's, okay. I think I just like fucked everything up a little bit, sorry. Okay, that's like the best I'm gonna do. Anyway, okay, so sorry about that. So here we go. So this is person number 1, this is person number 2. So based on the information that I give, you can decide who's who, okay? So person number 1, the pig spirit. So it says, use your mind wisely. So I feel like the pig spirit, whether it's you or them, is somebody very wise, like it says. I feel like there's somebody who really likes to think things through. The person could also be physically a little small. Like this is actually more of a piglet than a pig, in my opinion. So they also might be very, just like cute. They might be a cute person. They might be small in stature. And just like very, again, like they're very wise. They take their time to think about things. And yeah, so what I'm getting, so I'm going to take a look at these tarot cards first, just to see what we're getting here. So we have the Empress. So you might be an earth sign. So here's the Empress. The Empress is a very nurturing person, so that makes a lot of sense to me with the pig spirit. So again, the Empress is somebody who's very nurturing. You see that she's pregnant here. That could signify too that you want to start a family with this person, but I feel like you feel very warmly towards the cat spirit. I feel like the pig spirit feels very warmly. They want to nurture the cat spirit. They want to give them probably good advice too. I feel like because the pig spirit is somebody who's very wise, they probably want to give the cat spirit a lot of advice. Like that might be the kind of like the start of the, like how the relationship works, is that the pig spirit gives a lot of advice to the cat spirit. It's interesting that we have the 4 of Swords here. So the 4 of Swords talks about rest. The 4 of Swords talks about taking time for yourself. So maybe right now the pig spirit may feel like they need to take a break from the cat spirit, which I know kind of sucks, but that is what I'm getting. I feel like something definitely did happen here. There's something like very interesting going on since we do have the temptation card and the forgiveness card. So I feel like the forgiveness card goes with the Four of Swords and also temptation. So I feel like something happened with the cat spirit that makes them want to take a break from the cat spirit. I feel like right now even though they feel like a lot of warmth and love towards the cat spirit, I think that they need a break. Also with this Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles, although it talks about harmony, I feel like the Nine of Pentacles also talks about being okay, like feeling satisfied alone. So I feel like you see like this this witch. There we go. You see this witch is very content being alone. She's happy by herself. So I feel like the pig spirit is kind of like okay not being around the cat spirit almost. I feel like from what I see also in the cards with the cat spirit, I feel like the cat spirit might not be the greatest influence on the pig spirit. I'll get to that more in the cat spirit reading. That was like a lot of movement. Sorry. Sorry if I made you dizzy there. But I feel like right now the like overarching energy is like kind of wanting to be alone. Even though, you know, the warmth is there with the Empress. Like the warmth is there. I just feel like they need time away. I think something may have happened with the cat spirit that may have hurt the pig spirit, and now they're kind of in the state of forgiving. Like I feel like they're on a journey to forgive the cat spirit for something. And so I think they also probably want to forgive because, again, I feel like with the Empress card, they do feel a lot of warm feelings towards the cat spirit, and I think they're on this path to forgiving. I feel like I think for a lot of people, for this people in the situation, whoever the pig spirit is, they've already forgiven the cat spirit, whoever that is in the situation, but they still feel like they need to be alone for now, and to rest. I feel like whatever happened took a big emotional toll on the pig spirit. It could have had to do with the fact that maybe the cat spirit wasn't really listening, or maybe took advantage of the pig's empress energy of feeling very nurturing and warm. But I feel like the pig spirit is very forgiving, and so again, like, I think they already forgave the cat spirit. But it's interesting because we have the card temptation here. So it's interesting. The reason why I said earlier that maybe the cat spirit is a bad influence is because we have the temptation card here. So I feel like the cat might be a very seductive. Like I feel like the cat might be very like enticing to the pig spirit and very almost cunning, which kind of fits with the cat spirit energy. Like as a cat too, like cats are like that. There's something like very like mysterious and sexy about cats in my opinion. That's just my opinion. People can disagree, but I feel like a good amount of people, you know, who have cats, they understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, I feel like the pig almost sees the cat as a temptation. Like I feel like the pig knows that being around the cat is a lot of work. It's almost like bad boy syndrome is what I'm getting. Like I feel like the cat is like the bad boy, the bad girl, and the pig spirit's this like very innocent, like the innocent one. Like it's a typical like bad boy, good girl, or like good girl, bad boy. Like gender doesn't matter here, but you know what I'm trying to say. So it's very like the pig spirit's more of like the good one, and then like the cat spirit's more of like the the devilish, which is interesting because we have the devil here, but I'll get to that. But I definitely feel it's like a good girl, bad boy situation. So I feel like definitely the cat spirit may have put the pig spirit through a lot, again, because the pig spirit has had to go through a stage of forgiving the cat spirit. But I feel like the cat spirit may still be tempting the pig spirit, and I think the reason why the pig spirit is kind of needs to be alone is because I actually think that the pig spirit has really fallen in love with the cat spirit, even though maybe it's not the best idea. Does that make sense? Again, this is like so clear to me now. Like this is definitely like a bad boy syndrome. I feel like pig spirit has bad boy / bad girl syndrome. Again, gender does not matter here. I'm not trying to you know, like assume gender. But yeah, so I feel like there's definitely bad boy, bad girl syndrome. Because I feel like the pig spirit has like fallen in love with the cat spirit, even though they're maybe not the best influence, or maybe they've kind of not treated them the way they deserve to be treated. And so right now they're trying to find this like Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords energy, even though they still have these really warm feelings with the Empress. And I think they're just like trying really hard to stay away, but they always feel like tempted by them. Like, I feel like they always feel very tempted by the cat spirit. It may be because they forgave the cat spirit too quickly, maybe, or like even though they're in this process of forgiving. Again, I feel like for most of you, whoever the pig spirit is has already forgiven the cat spirit. But if they already have forgiven them, then I feel like they keep getting tempted by the cat spirit, or they keep feeling really drawn to the cat spirit, and that's because the pig spirit is in love. I think the pig spirit is really in love with the cat spirit. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from person number 1. That's really interesting. It's like something out of a movie. Yeah, okay. And then person number 2 is the cat spirit. So then we have claim your independence. So again, like, I feel like the cat spirit's a very independent person, somebody who can, you know, walk on their own. Like, you know, they're kind of like, you know, if you have a cat, you know exactly what a cat is like. For those of you who are not, I know a lot of people don't like cats. I love cats. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person, even though I do have a dog. But I have a closer relationship with my cat. He's on my bed right now. But yeah, so claim your, so I feel like the cat spirit's a very independent person. I feel like there's something a bit like closed off about them almost. Like, I feel like they kind of have this attitude of like, I don't need nobody, but at the same time they're very like I said before, like sexy, seductive. Like, I feel like almost like pile number 1, it's interesting with the mouse spirit. And it's so interesting because I said that the mouse and the cat, they're both players, which is interesting because they're always like, you know, the cat and mouse. That's so interesting. Anyway, I feel like the cat might be a bit of a player, but the kind of player who like doesn't like really catch feelings for people, if that makes sense. Like, they might be, again, like the bad boy, bad girl stereotype almost. And it's interesting. So we have here the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Devil. So again, the Devil to me, like, definitely supports my view that the cat spirit is kind of like, I know dangerous is like the wrong word to use, but maybe the more, again, seductive, tempting, you know, like, you know, like the pig spirit gets tempted by the devil, basically. I'm not trying to say that the cat spirit is the devil. It's not what I'm trying to say. Because the devil just talks about, it can talk about unhealthy patterns. So I feel like the cat spirit may not have the healthiest behavior. I feel like, again, this is total bad boy syndrome, like bad boy, bad girl, you know. And I feel like, you know, like the devil, you know, is like very seductive. Like, you could be a Capricorn. The cat spirit could be a Capricorn. This is the Capricorn energy from the devil. So again, like, it could be very seductive. It's interesting, actually, because the same cat that's here is here. That's actually crazy. Shit. There's like 2 tabby cats. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and it's the only cat in here. Oh, that's so cool. Anyway, I'm getting really distracted. I'm sorry. So yeah, so I definitely feel like the cat spirit is very seductive, very cunning, kind of seduces the other person and then kind of just like shoves them away. And so in terms of how they're feeling about the pig spirit, this might hurt to hear, but I don't think they feel that much about the pig spirit. I feel like the pig spirit is kind of getting played here because we have the Ten of Wands on the side of the cat spirit. So I feel like the cat spirit might be like, oh no, here's the same cat again. Oh wow, that's so weird. It's the same like tabby cat. Oh, that's so creepy. Not creepy, but like cool in a creepy way. Anyway, yeah, so I definitely feel like this sucks to say. I'm so sorry. But, like, I feel like for whoever the pig spirit is in this situation, I feel like the pig spirit is a bit of a burden on the cat spirit. I feel like the cat spirit is kind of annoyed that the pig spirit caught feels for them, which kind of sucks. I just what I'm feeling, like, it's obvious here in the Ten of Wands, like, I feel like the cat spirit feels a bit overwhelmed by the fact that the pig spirit actually fell for them. Like, I think that they kind of feel like, oh shit, I made a mistake, kind of. Like, I feel like they feel very overwhelmed by the pig spirit and the fact that they're so warm to them. They could be somebody that's not really used to people being warm to them, so they might get overwhelmed by that too, by the fact that the pig spirit actually really cares. But I think they're just overwhelmed by the fact that the pig spirit even has, like, such strong feelings for them, because I think that the cat spirit can tell that the pig spirit is, like, basically in love with them. And it's interesting, Ace of Swords. So I feel like when I talk about swords in a suit, I've said this in almost all of my readings when a sword comes up, like, for me it talks about, like, it's the suit of communication, like, swords talk about communication. So I feel like, the cat spirit might reach out to, like, I feel like they want to talk to the pig spirit about all of this. Like, I feel like they want to talk to them, like, right away and, like, start over with them. Like, I feel like they want to, like, start over with the pig spirit. Like, I think they want to, like, not necessarily be with them in a romantic sense. Like, that's not what I'm getting, but I do think that they like their warmth. Like, I feel like they like the Empress energy I feel like they like this Empress energy of the pig spirit. And so I feel like the cat spirit maybe soon might communicate that they might not want anything romantic with them, but they just want to be friends, because I think they do see that the pig spirit is a good person. It's kind of hard to deny that the pig spirit is a bad person. And it's interesting because we have the Six of Swords here. Yeah. So the Six of Swords, for some reason I'm, like, blanking on the meaning of the Six of Swords. I don't know why, but I feel like if we just look at the imagery here, like, we see, like, forward. I feel like the cat spirit, wants to move forward with the pig spirit, like, for sure. Like, they definitely want to move forward with the pig spirit. I think they want to just move out of, like, them wanting to be in a romantic, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm definitely getting the sense that, like, the cat spirit wants to just kind of start over with the pig spirit. I know I've said that 1,000 times already. I'm sorry. I'm sensing, now that I'm like, reading all these cards now from the cat spirit, what might have happened was that there was a hookup between the pig spirit and the cat spirit, and this is, like, all blurry. The pig spirit, like, caught feels for the cat spirit after, like, hooking up a couple of times, and now the cat spirit's like, oh, please no. Like, you know what I mean? That could have happened. That's the kind of situation I'm seeing here that might resonate for some of you, might not be. You might just be, like, the person, whoever the cat spirit is, might just be just very non-committal, and the pig spirit's very frustrated. If you are the pig spirit, you might just be frustrated with, like, the cat spirit type. So yeah, but I think the cat spirit just wants to move on, but it's interesting, like, I don't, like, see them exactly letting go of the pig, like, moving on from the pig spirit completely. Like, I think they want to, like, keep them in their life in some capacity, because we have these two cards, creativity and gentleness. So I feel like the pig spirit brings something out in the cat spirit. Like, I feel like they bring out a new dimension. Like, I feel like they bring out this, like, creative energy in the cat spirit. Like, I don't know, it might resonate for some of you. That's just what I'm sensing. Like, they bring something out in the cat spirit that the cat spirit maybe didn't realize they had. And I feel like with this gentleness card, I feel like there's like a gentleness. Like, I feel like there is, like, the pig spirit has brought out like a soft spot in the cat spirit with this gentleness card. I feel like the cat spirit isn't normally somebody who feels very gently towards others, especially people that he's not really romantically interested in, but I feel like whatever situation these two people are in, these two spirits are in, I feel like either way the cat has this soft spot for the pig spirit for sure, and I feel like they again want to move forward out of this weird, like, awkward, like, situation with the pig spirit, and they want to communicate that. Like, I definitely feel like the cat spirit wants to move forward, but I think only as friends, basically. So I feel like the pig spirit is kind of going to get friend zoned. So if you're the pig spirit, sorry. But honestly though, like, no shade to the cat spirit, but I feel like that might be the best thing for the pig spirit, because there is, like, stuff that I think the cat spirit has to, like, sort out. Yeah. I think they've got some stuff to sort out, and I just feel like their pattern of behavior, they don't have the healthiest track record in terms of this kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting overall for pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that resonated for you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, hello everybody who picked pile number 3. I hope you guys are doing well. So if you are here to watch this pile, so you picked the green Aventurine stone, so let's see what you guys got. So here we have pile number 1. So, pile number 1, person number 1, and here's person number 2. So you guys are going to decide who is who based on the information that I give, okay? So you're going to decide whether person number 1 is you or them, and then decide whether person number 2 is you or them, okay? I hope that made sense. So I'm going to try and make I've been able to fit everything basically into frame in the other piles. So person number 1 in pile number 3, you have the squirrel spirit, so believe in yourself. And so then we have 57, so that's 12, 3. So if you guys are into numerology and you know your life path number, the squirrel spirit might have the life path number 3. So if you guys know that, if it's you, or if you know the life path person of the other, if you know the life path number of the other person, it might be 3. So whoever has the life path number of 3, this is probably you. So squirrel spirit. 5 of swords, interesting. 5 of pentacles, whoa, okay. Queen of wands, all right. So I can kind of see where this is headed. Hierophant. Answered prayer. And patience. Interesting. Oh yes, okay. I already kind of see where this might go, but I'm interested to see in person number 2. The armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. So this person number 2, you might have the life path. Oh, you guys have the same life path number. Interesting. Okay, so you both have life path numbers of 3. Maybe that might resonate with a few of you. So 10 of pentacles. Queen of cups. 7 of cups. Okay, I see. 4 of air. Sorrow. Okay. Expression. Interesting. All right, you guys. This is very interesting. Okay, so this is person number 1, this is person number 2, so based on the information that I give, you guys decide who is who, okay? I'm really sorry about the glare, too, in advance. I know that I complain about my glare, like, every video, so I'm really sorry. Anyway, so first number, what am I talking about? I'm sorry, guys. So the first person in the situation, the squirrel spirit, so believe in yourself. So yeah, I feel like the squirrel spirit is somebody who tends to be very positive. I feel like all these like animal spirits that we're getting in these readings are very cute. You guys are all very cute, basically. But I feel like they're very positive, very optimistic. You know, they might be very good at getting what they want. They might be very good at achieving their goals. I think they've also, again, like, they're just like they might be a little insecure because we have the believe in yourself mantra. So I feel like they have to constantly tell themselves to like believe, you know what I mean? I feel like they might sometimes struggle to believe in themselves and their capabilities, okay? But just remember that nobody, you know, just because you're small and, you know, people underestimate you doesn't mean that you can't do great things, okay? So, right away, how you're feeling about the armadillo spirit right here. This person has put you through hell. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this person has made you feel a lot of things. If you are the squirrel spirit. So the squirrel spirit has been through hell with this armadillo spirit. So we have the 5 of Swords. So there's definitely been conflict. I feel like they're feeling there's been conflict with the armadillo spirit. I think that the armadillo spirit has really kind of made the squirrel spirit upset. And we have both the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. So that's also 5 energies. So yeah, I feel like the squirrel spirit has definitely been through hell with this armadillo spirit. I feel like the squirrel spirit has felt very left out in the cold by the armadillo spirit. I think that's why they're upset with them right now. I feel like they feel very alone. They feel very disappointed and sad. And I feel like they're just feeling, again, very left out. And I think also there's like probably a sense of confusion. Like there seems to be a lot of chaos. I feel like the squirrel just feels like so many things about the armadillo spirit. I feel like the armadillo spirit has been very, like they make it very hard for the squirrel spirit to know what to think. You know what I mean? And it's interesting, because then we have the Queen of Wands here. Now, the Queen of Wands is somebody who, she's very passionate, but she's also very practical. Like, she knows what she wants. So I feel like the squirrel spirit knows exactly what they want from the armadillo spirit. And so I feel like because they know exactly what they want, it's making their relationship with the armadillo spirit very strained, because the armadillo spirit, like, spoiler, doesn't really know what they want, because here we have the 7 of Cups. So I feel like the squirrel spirit is feeling very frustrated and very sad that the armadillo spirit can't really make up its mind about what it wants. And they're also, like, the squirrel spirit's very practical. So I think at the same time the armadillo's, I keep mixing them up. I feel like the squirrel spirit may be coming to the realization that this isn't the most practical decision for them, which is actually making it very hard for them. I feel like they feel I'm getting this like sense of disappointment and frustration from the squirrel spirit for sure with these tarot cards. It's definitely what it's showing. You could be a fire sign, Leo. I mean, the squirrel spirit could be a fire sign, so Leo, Sagittarius, or why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on this? Anyway, I'm sorry. It'll come to me. You know, you might be a fire sign. I'm having such a big brain fart right now. It's so embarrassing. I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so you guys might be a fire sign, because the Queen of Wands. It's interesting, though. So we have the Hierophant here, so you could also be a Taurus. I feel like the squirrel spirit is going through it's also a 5. There's lots of 5 energy here. Like, lots of 5 energy. We've got 3 5s here. So, with the Hierophant, the 5, you know, it talks about a lot of self-growth. It talks about learning about... I feel like this has been a big learning experience for the armadillo... oh my god, why do I keep doing that? I'm sorry, you guys. This has probably been a really big learning experience for the squirrel spirit, this whole situation with the armadillo spirit. Because I feel like this has really awakened something in the squirrel spirit. I feel like they've learned a lot about themselves. I feel like this has taught the squirrel, or shown the squirrel spirit its own adversity. I feel like the squirrel spirit has, like, seen how persevering they can be in these kind of difficult situations when they feel so crappy in this kind of situation. I feel like they've really grown as a person. I feel like they've grown into this person that can believe in themselves and is sure of themselves. And I think that they used to probably, this Queen of Wands energy is not something that they had before, but they do now because of this situation. So I feel like they're definitely the more sure of themselves one in this situation for sure. So good for you, Squirrel Spirit. And so it's interesting because then we have answered prayer and patience. So I feel like in terms of how the Squirrel Spirit feels about the Armadillo Spirit with these two cards, so I feel like the Squirrel Spirit has been really patient with the Armadillo Spirit. So I feel like the Squirrel Spirit, again, has been put through a lot by the Armadillo Spirit. I feel like they've been waiting for them to make up their mind. They've been waiting for them to make decisions. And again, I feel like the Squirrel Spirit just knows what they want, but they keep being left out in the cold, and they keep being put in these difficult situations where they don't really know what's going on. There seems to be just lots of chaos and confusion, and they're just very frustrated, you know? But again, like, the benefit of this is they've come out a stronger, more intelligent person, like, and they know themselves better, and they see the kind of adversity that they have in these kinds of situations. But simultaneously, I think why the Armadillo Spirit has such a big impact on the Squirrel Spirit is because I feel like the Squirrel Spirit sees the Armadillo Spirit as an answered prayer. So maybe the Armadillo Spirit came into the Squirrel Spirit's life at a really good, really important time, or a dark time, and they helped them come out of that. You know what I mean? So I feel like the Squirrel Spirit is having trouble like letting go of the Armadillo Spirit because they see the Armadillo Spirit as an answered prayer. And so I think that's why they've been really patient. I feel like the Squirrel Spirit's been very patient with the Armadillo Spirit because they see them as this answered prayer, and they feel, I think this really shows that they care a lot about the Armadillo Spirit for sure. And I feel like even though they're trying to be practical, and they know what they want, they're trying to be practical about the situation, I feel like it's really hard for them to let the Armadillo Spirit go because they see them as this answered prayer. So that's what I'm getting from the Squirrel Spirit. So now from the Armadillo Spirit, which I already kind of understand why the Squirrel Spirit is so frustrated and feeling kind of confused. And that's basically because the Armadillo Spirit is confused. Like, this one card just sums up every other card here, but I'll get to that. So the Armadillo Spirit. So set healthy boundaries. So this is interesting. I feel like the Armadillo Spirit is kind of typically the kind of person that sets really strict boundaries with people, which is interesting. Like, I feel like they kind of know when to say no. Like, I feel like they know when to stop certain things, or they know when enough is enough, which is interesting. And so in terms of, like, how this affects the relationship with the Squirrel Spirit, I feel like the Squirrel Spirit kind of caught them off guard, like, for sure. Like, I feel like the Squirrel Spirit kind of took, this is not exactly the phrase I want to use, but kind of like swept the Armadillo Spirit off its feet. Like, I feel like they just weren't expecting the Squirrel Spirit to come up, like, in their life, which is interesting. And so I feel like they're really confused about what to do. I feel like they're really confused because they're used to being the people that set really strict boundaries about who they let in, basically. But here we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Cups. So we have water energy here, so this person, or the Armadillo Spirit, might be a water sign. We also have some earth, they might be an earth or a water sign. And then the Squirrel Spirit might be a fire sign, or specifically a Taurus, because we have the Hierophant here. But yeah, it's so interesting because, like, they're confused, but I think they're confused by these feelings here, this Queen of Cups and this Ten of Pentacles. So they really, really, really like the Squirrel Spirit. I feel like the Squirrel Spirit, like, again, it was this thing of I don't think the armadillo spirit was expecting the squirrel spirit to come into their life, which is interesting because the squirrel spirit was the one who had the answered prayer card. So I think like they both, like the squirrel spirit and the armadillo spirit showed up in each other's lives like unexpectedly. Like I think the squirrel spirit had been praying for somebody like the armadillo spirit to come into their life, and the armadillo spirit just didn't really expect anything. You know what I mean? When they met the squirrel spirit. But I think the armadillo spirit feels very strongly towards the squirrel spirit with this Queen of Cups. They feel a lot of love towards they feel a lot of love, like they feel a lot of love towards the squirrel spirit, for sure. Like, yeah, a lot. And again with the Ten of Pentacles, like this is very, like, this might be surprising if you're the squirrel spirit to hear, and you might not believe it, but the armadillo can really picture a future with the squirrel spirit, almost to the point where it's like, I don't know what that noise was. That was like weird. But like almost to the point where like they see starting a family with you, which is crazy, right? I feel like a lot of you guys, if you're the squirrel spirit, you're gonna be like, that can't be true, but that's what the cards are saying. So they definitely want to start a family with you. We have the Four of Air here. So the Four of Air, actually, yeah, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, so so the Four of, so the, oh my god, guys, I'm getting so tongue-tied today, I'm sorry. So the Ten of Pentacles, they definitely see starting a family with you for sure, like, and they feel like a lot of warm love. Like, I feel like they just feel like very strongly, but I think it's throwing them off. Like, I feel like it's throwing them off just how much they like you, and how much they see a future with you. I feel like it scares them almost, because I feel like, again, like, there's somebody who usually sets very strict boundaries with people, and so I feel like you almost, like, exceeded their like, if you're the squirrel spirit, like, the armadillo spirit, the squirrel spirit exceeded the armadillo's expectations. Wow, I'm so sorry, guys. I can't seem to talk tonight. Yeah, so the squirrel spirit exceeded the armadillo's expectations, and they really weren't expecting somebody like the squirrel spirit to come into their life and make them feel this way. You know what I mean? And so it's interesting, because here we have the Four of Air, which is equivalent to the Four of Swords. So what I'm getting here is actually maybe the reason why the armadillo spirit might be feeling like they need to set boundaries. So the Four of Swords talks about needing rest, needing some alone time and some time to just heal. So I feel like the armadillo spirit has definitely gone through some things, like some personal things. I don't think it really has to do anything with the squirrel spirit, but I feel like part of the reason why there's so much confusion and there's so much there's like almost mixed signals is because I feel like the armadillo spirit has been through something kind of major for them, because we also have the Sorrow card here, and so I feel like the armadillo spirit is still mourning something, or they're still very sad about something that's happened in their life. It could be that maybe they're still mourning a previous relationship. That might resonate with some of you. They might be mourning a previous relationship, and so maybe they feel very confused by the fact that somebody else is coming in and they're feeling so strongly about the squirrel spirit, when maybe they have just recently come out of another relationship with somebody that they really cared about. And so I feel like they might have been in this state of resting, of healing, and then all of a sudden the squirrel spirit came out of nowhere into their life, and they're still mourning. So I feel like that's why the armadillo spirit maybe is setting boundaries, more boundaries with the squirrel spirit than usual, because I feel like they might still be mourning somebody else. I feel like that might resonate with a lot of you. It doesn't have to be necessarily another relationship, but they are mourning the loss of something in their life, and I feel like it's just confusing for them to suddenly feel so strongly about somebody when maybe they didn't feel like they would be ready. You know, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like they're just feeling very conflicted about how to handle it, because maybe they don't feel right about being as happy as they feel with you, and as happy as they feel with the squirrel spirit, whoever that is. They might not feel very, they almost feel guilty about how much love and how much happiness that they feel around you when they're still like in this kind of state of healing and sorrow, and they still have their bad days. So that might be why sometimes the squirrel spirit feels left out in the cold, is because there's something that the armadillo spirit is still struggling with on a personal level. And it's interesting because here we have expression. So I feel like the armadillo spirit maybe needs to express like some kind of maybe do a better job of expressing themselves too. I feel like this expression card is more of like an advice card to just express themselves more about what it is that they're going through. I feel like there's like almost like two, like the expressions that they're showing now are not are expressions that are confusing for the squirrel spirit. So I feel like this card is advice to just express exactly what it is that you're feeling, because I feel like there are all these beautiful things that you feel towards the squirrel spirit, but I feel like you're holding back, and or the armadillo spirit is holding back because of this Four of Swords and this sorrow that they're feeling still. And so I feel like they feel very guilty. And so I feel like they maybe also need an outlet to really get rid of this sorrow and this Four of Air energy. Maybe they need some kind of outlet to that, so they can feel less confused, if that makes sense. And again, like if we're seeing these vintage wisdom oracle cards as advice cards like I did here, then for the squirrel spirit I would say that you just need to be patient with this person. Basically, I feel like you need to be patient with the armadillo spirit, because they do seem to be going through something here. And it's not that they don't love you, it's not they don't care about you, it doesn't really have anything to do with you. Actually, it has to do with something else that's outside of you guys' relationship. Okay? So if you're taking it, I think that what's happening is the squirrel spirit is taking all of this personally. I feel like the squirrel spirit may be feeling like the Seven of Cups, Four of Air, sorrow energy is their fault, but it's not. I feel like the armadillo spirit is going through something completely different, and the squirrel spirit is feeling very left out because they don't know what's wrong. I feel like they're, it's causing chaos in their mind, and I feel like, I think spirit is just saying to be patient with them because they are going through this, and I feel like the armadillo spirit needs to find a way to express this like in a better way so that the squirrel spirit doesn't get confused and doesn't suffer, because the armadillo spirit obviously cares about the squirrel spirit a lot, with this Queen of Cups and this Ten of Pentacles, and they see a future with the squirrel spirit. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for pile number 3. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I hope that resonated. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like my videos, and I hope to see you guys next time and really soon. Okay, thank you so much.